guess it's all or nothing.
It's time that we put out the fire. With every breath I breathe you out. We just can't take it any higher. It's only fair we let each other go without. Though this is hard to admit, I don't long for your kiss, and I know you don't care. Oh, what we had was a bliss, but it's falling to bits. All in this is it.
Our time is up. We both know it shouldn't have to hurt this much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch. Time to give up. Maybe we just wanted it to hurt too much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch.
My heart can't take it any longer. This careless love is getting old. Let's face it, we're not getting younger. If all is said and done, it's time we let it go. Though this is hard to admit, I don't long for your kiss, and I know you don't care. Oh, what we had was a bliss, but it's falling to bits. All in this is it.
Our time is up. We both know it shouldn't have to hurt this much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch. Time to give up. Maybe we just wanted it to hurt too much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch.
So much for this love. Time to give it up. So much for this love. Wanted it too much, yeah, we wanted it too much.
Our time is up. We both know it shouldn't have to hurt this much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch. Time to give up. Maybe we just wanted it to hurt too much. I don't want it to see it, but we've lost touch.
So much for this love. Time to give it up. So much for this love. Wanted it too much, yeah, we wanted it too much. I might go too fast. I don't care about those limits. 'Cause I want this to last like nothing ever lasts.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Oh, you guys, my sunglasses. They're missing the thing. Oh, see that? It hurts. I gotta get a new thing for my sunglasses. How are you guys? Hello, John Pullum. What's going on? He says my lawnmower broke so I can watch a little bit today. Welcome, everybody. We are going to have some fun today because we're going to talk about pre-recorded live streams. That's what we're going to cover today. I apologize. We were late today. You guys, literally, here's what happened. All right, so I made a mistake. Right before I went live, I flipped the switch on the wall that I don't know why I did it. I just grabbed it, I flipped the switch, and it takes the power out of my system. So it turns off my lights, it turns off my cameras, it turns everything extra off, including the thing that powers this microphone that you're listening to right now. I was like, oh my God, I was literally about to go live. So then I had to reboot everything because it has to kind of like realign everything. And then it was like a hot mess. It wouldn't like recognize, I don't know. I had to like, ever since Elgato came out with the Wavelink update to the app, for the Wavelink app, I've been having some issues. I'm not real happy about it, but it's software, so it can be fixed. We'll hope that it gets fixed. But anyways, then I couldn't get the music to play, so I was late. So we only had a 5-minute dance party today because we have a lot to cover and I have a hard stop because I have a very special interview later today that I'm super, super, super excited about. So what is up, Crystal? What is up, sister? What's going on? Crystal Prophet in the house. And of course, James Hicks. You guys, I was on James's show yesterday and it was a total joy, total pleasure to actually have somebody interview me instead of me interviewing somebody else. And it was cool because we didn't really geek out on gear. We geeked out a little bit, but not really. We actually talked and it was like I got to share a little bit of my backstory, a little bit of my why, gave a little bit of encouragement to others about getting their why. So, honestly, James, I really appreciated that yesterday. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you. John was there, of course, supporting us both in the comments. It was great. So I definitely would like for you guys to go check out James's stuff. So Hicks New Media, go check out that replay from last night. We had a good conversation, very deep. Yeah, Laura was there too. Hello, Laura. What's up, sister? So yeah, it was pretty good. So Robin, this is so funny. She's like, that music makes punching numbers in QuickBooks so much more enjoyable. I hate numbers. Hey, numbers in QuickBooks can be fun when they're positive numbers, right? When they're positive numbers. So all right, my friends, today we are going to talk about pre-recorded video because as I announced last week, StreamYard came out with an update that you can now live stream pre-recorded videos. So we're going to break this down a bit today. So I said last week, I kind of gave some very on the surface thoughts about this, but today we're going to break it down. So I definitely will answer questions as well. So, if you're kind of like, what the heck is she talking about? Stick around because I'm going to break this down and I'm going to give you some things to consider when it comes to live streaming pre-recorded video. I will say that this is powered by StreamYard. This amazing live broadcast is powered by StreamYard. It's my go-to tool for creating live videos. And it's my go-to tool for creating fun, short, pre-recorded videos as well. So I don't know if you know this, but if you are on one of the paid plans, you can actually use the studio to create pre-recorded videos. So webinars, whatever you want to create. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today as well. I love to use it. I'm actually going to be using it today to interview my girl, Amy Porterfield, for an upcoming podcast episode. And I'm using the StreamYard studio. So we're going to be not live. We are going to be in the studio. I'm using the record only feature to record the interview because I can export the video that I'll be repurposing and sharing with you all later. And then I'm also going to export both audio files so that I can make sure the levels are balanced. You guys, what more do you need? StreamYard. That's what you want to get. So you can check out StreamYard and get your own free trial, 14-day free trial of the professional plan if you go to melaniediane.com/StreamYard. So check that out. Try it there. That is definitely how you can get that 14-day free trial. Now, before I go any further, no, John, this is not pre-recorded. That's how you know, because I just displayed your comment live and I addressed it live. So we are going to talk about that for sure. So, okay. Now, I will say that before we get going too much further, I also want to let you guys know, I got to give a shout out to James again. So James Hicks, again, got to give him a quick shout out because he, actually any of you, so many of you often will send me notes of encouragement. And I hope that you're doing this for other creators as well, because we all need it, right? But every once in a while, I'll get a note of an encouragement or feedback from a listener of the podcast. So the DIY Marketing School podcast. And I have been very transparent about how, hey, we can only do so much. My live broadcast, my live show is definitely where I try to stay as consistent as possible, show up for you week after week after week after week. On Tuesdays at 2:00, sometimes at 1:00, like today, other times on Wednesdays, like one time before, right? And, but James was like giving me some feedback on the podcast and I was like, you know what? I got to keep that going. And so we actually had a short conversation about it on his show yesterday. And so I was like, I got to make sure I keep going with that podcast. And so I do have a new podcast episode that just dropped this morning. So if you guys want to go check that out, there is a new episode on the DIY Marketing School podcast. I have actually more podcasts coming. I've been batching. So we back, my friends. We back. So James, thanks for all of your encouragement. Definitely appreciate that. For shizzle, right? Okay. So I had to say that. Wanted to let you guys know there is definitely another podcast episode. Yes, John, I agree. James is so great. He really is. He's an encouraging person. He's a good person to have in your corner. I'm very grateful. So, all right, my friends. Are you ready to dive into today's juicy topic? MDH is batching. Hey, it's the only way you can make it happen, my friends. You all should be batching too. In fact, batching kind of comes into play with today's comment, but nobody's commented yet. I can't believe this. Like, I'm actually like not sure what to think right now. Are you guys paying attention? I mean, because nobody has commented about something yet. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds. Nobody's commented on it yet. And I am like legit shocked. I'm shocked that nobody has said anything about it yet because you guys are like loyal and you know when I change stuff or if anything changes, but not one person has made a comment about this yet. So who's going to be the first person to make a comment for sure? Crystal says, yes, batching is a lifesaver. It's the only way we can make it happen. Big shout out, by the way. We are in the presence of greatness, y'all. Anne La Follette is in the house, everybody. Anne La Follette is in the house. What is up, sister? I think this is the first time you've caught me live in, I don't know, forever. But Anne, sweet Anne, I love sweet Anne. So Anne, welcome to the show. No, John, it's not the books. Haley, all in. She's got it, my friends. She has got it. Nobody commented until Haley just did on the extra lava lamp. Do you guys see this thing back there? But look at the difference. Look at the difference. It's got lava, like motion lava. It's not like the sparkles, right? It's actually like the legit motion lava. So I picked this thing up like legit 2 days ago. And I was like, I cannot wait to check this out. So Robin, yes, she says the same thing. The second lava lamp, bonus lamp, John, 2 lava lamps. That's right. That's right. And Anne, of course I know how to spell your name. It's not La Follette. I always give Amy a hard time about that. Anne La Follette. I'm just so excited that you're here. Okay, so definitely the lava lamp, y'all. So let's take a look at this. So this is the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same brand as the other lava lamps. But when I saw it in the store, I was like, we've talked about this. It doesn't have the floating wax. The old lava lamps like literally used to burn houses down. But the lava lamp that I have back there that I've had for a long time is the sparkles, right? And so I was like, but then I saw this one. I was like, oh, snap. Just like Crystal said. I was like, I am getting that. We are going to give it a try. And you guys want to know something funny? It literally has taken 3 hours to morph into what you see there. 3 hours for that to actually start. It was just a big blob in there. That's all it was a big old blob. And then finally about 3 hours later, it got warm enough that it started doing that. So I'm pretty excited about it. So there it is. There's the new lava lamp. We'll see where it ends up. But, that's not my grandma's lava lamp. Just saying, no, it's not. And if anybody has like a true antique, be careful. Because don't those things like burn houses down? That's all. I mean, seriously, right? I love it. Anne says, I like the new lava lamp motion thingy. I love the word thingy. I use it all the time. So yes. All right, my friends. All right. Mike, what's up, my friend? He's here too. So he says 1970 style like mine. Yeah, that's the true lava lamps, right? That's the true lava. Crystal, does that mean you're giving Addie hers back or just have 2 now? So I don't have hers on right now, but you guys can see it. Oh, no, you can't. I got her another one. She has tried to swap them again. She really is like, I kind of like the original one, Mom, better. I kind of like that one the best. I'm like, honey, I can't change it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And it matches my set perfectly. So we'll see if she lets me keep it. But we're going to have it, right? Haley says, gotta love being a winner. Haley, you were the first person to comment that there was a second lava lamp. So definitely. All right. Okay. Here we go. We got to jump into this, you guys. Pre-recorded video. StreamYard just came out with the feature about a week ago this Sunday. And they are now allowing us to stream pre-recorded videos. So let's talk about what this means. And then I'm going to, again, break it down. We're going to talk about like what in the world should you even use this or what? So here's what I will tell you. I'm going to tell you that there are some differences between pre-recorded video and playing pre-recorded video mid-stream. All right. So here's the difference. If I'm live right now, right? I am live right now. I'm talking to you all and I can play a video. If I'm in StreamYard and I have a video uploaded, right? If I already have a video uploaded, then I can play that video in the middle of the stream. So I can upload a tutorial clip. I had one up here. Let me make it happen. Actually, you know what? I see something funny. Let's do. Yeah. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to upload it right now. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to upload a very simple tutorial clip. So I'm uploading this into my video section of StreamYard. So if you're on the basic plan or the professional plan of StreamYard, you can actually upload video clips, countdown timers, custom stuff, intros, thank you screens, all those things, like all the fun stuff. That is some of the things you can do. That's inside your dashboard. You can also share a video. So you can actually share a video file that's on your screen on your computer. So that would be an example. So for example, that would be a clip, you playing a pre-recorded video midstream, but you're live with your audience. You are live, you're doing a live stream video and you are playing a pre-recorded video. Now, there are people who have been doing exactly what I just described. They are starting their stream and then they are playing the whole stream is basically a pre-recorded clip. All right. They're using StreamYard. They are, going live. They're doing a video share from their computer and they're just playing that clip and that's their live broadcast. Right. But they still have to be right here in person at the studio, in the studio live to control what's happening, to start the stream, to play the video clip, to end the stream. You have to be here and inside the StreamYard studio to make all those controls and all those things happen. With this new feature of streaming pre-recorded video, you can set it up where you are streaming something that's pre-recorded and then you set the time that the announcement goes out and you set the time that broadcast starts. And if you don't want to, you're done. You don't have to be there. It will start the stream and at the time you set it, the video will start playing. And then when that video is done, the broadcast will end. You don't have to be there. You can literally be on a plane 30,000 feet in the air on your way to Hawaii, and you are literally live streaming on your channels. So they are very distinctly different. Okay, so bear with me. So does that make sense? Are we all following along here? Are we following along? So really quick, I will show you just briefly. We're not going to go too far with this. I did this last week. We did a little bit of a live demo with this. And any of you that have StreamYard, you're going to notice this in your account. So if you are in your StreamYard account and you open it up, you're going to see your dashboard. You're going to, as soon as you log in, you'll see your dashboard. Here's my live video that we are live right now, right? So if I go to create broadcast, you're now going to see two options. Now, again, if you're on the free plan, you are not going to see this, okay? This is the basic and the professional plans. So you're live. You will see new broadcast, which is what we always saw before. And then there's use pre-recorded video. I highly recommend that you go to the Learn More, in which you will see there's a little bit of information, including a short tutorial that Gage did to show you how to use this feature. All right. So I highly suggest you watch it. It's just it's a comprehensive tutorial, short and sweet, shows you how to do it. Okay. So that's what you'll see. So create broadcast. And if we select use pre-recorded video, you are going to see the same thing you saw. Where are you going to stream? What destination are you going to stream to? You're going to click it. It's going to say, what time do you want it to start? This is the actual start time of your stream. So you're going to select, let's go with, today at 1:30, right? Demo, pre-recorded, right? You can do all the same stuff. If you want to do an announcement post where it will say, Melanie Diane Howe plans to go live today at 1:30, then you have to select this as well, and you will do exactly what you normally do. This is an extra element to the pre-recorded streams. Okay, we're going to skip that for now. So create, schedule, broadcast. Create and schedule broadcast. Now you'll notice up here, I can select my recording. So I can upload something from a computer, or if you'll notice here, I can go to past broadcasts. I can go in here and actually go to last week's stream, right? And I can select it and I can stream it. So there you have it. You can pull an old stream up. You're going to notice you're going to see stuff. Now, they are changing the way they save our streams now. So they're going to be keeping more streams. So I can repurpose an old stream, or I can upload a video that I made. Okay? So we'll talk about the pros and cons of that here in just a moment. But that's how you do it. You're essentially going to do that. You're going to upload from a computer. We'll just pick something silly like this, right? It's going to upload it. It's got to process it if you're uploading the actual file. If you use one of your streams that's previously recorded with StreamYard, it takes like 2 seconds. This is like not even a process because it's already in the cloud that they have, right? It's already in storage. Okay, so here we are. I'm just reading your comments here in just a sec. So stick with me, you guys. If everybody, so Anne understands the difference. She gets the difference, right? She gets the difference. So there is a difference between midstream videos that are being played and using this feature. Now, Crystal, she says, okay, do you turn comments off so no one can leave live comments? So I don't see where we can turn comments off. I think what you're seeing, Crystal, is where it says add comment instructions to my post. That is because this is a Facebook group. And so that's that whole like, hey, to give StreamYard access to see your name and your face, go here, right? That's what that is. But there's no like, I don't see anywhere where we turn comments on or off. All right. Not as of right now. So we're going to create and schedule broadcasts. Hopefully we didn't miss our window. And here it is. Here's our pre-recorded demo. Literally just created it. It's getting ready to go live. You can go in and check your status and you will see, hey, it's going to go live at 1:30, right? It's going to go live at 1:30. And then if we want to see it, you can actually go in here. Oh, well, we can't see it yet because we didn't make an actual announcement, right? Yes, James, don't you worry. It's coming. Don't you worry. So here's the deal. You can come back here and you're going to continue to see when it's going to change when it goes live. There it is. It says it's live right now. So if we go to check status, here you are, right? It's showing us that we're live. So now we can view it on Facebook. And there is my live broadcast. Okay. So this is actually live streaming in my little fake Facebook group right now. And I can actually go into the comments right here. And I can see if anybody comments right here. Now, what I don't see is where we can be in the studio mode, right? Watching our broadcast and commenting. So we can also end the broadcast early. If I don't do this, it's just going to end when the video is over. So that is literally the down and dirty demo, right? That's the down and dirty demo of how the pre-recorded feature works. All right. So now that we're all on the same page with that, let's talk about a few things that I want you to think about. Should you live stream pre-recorded videos? And I see some of you in the comments, some of you are making some really great points already. Now, here's the deal. You can do whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want. There are some things to consider. We are going to cover those here momentarily. But should you live stream pre-recorded video? Dan and Gage, even when they announced this feature and have a couple times since, have said, be very careful about using this feature. And I am very passionate about this. I've thought about it, I've been thinking about it, and I still feel the same. Do not use this as a crutch, right? Do not use this as, you know what, this video is really important, this live broadcast is really important, and I don't want to screw it up, so I need to do it pre-recorded so I can make sure it's correct and edited and perfect, but I'm still going to push it out as a live video. My question is why are we doing that, right? Live videos are essentially meant to be there's a live component, and you being there live is part of the component. Now, if you are going to do that, I would highly suggest you also show up in the comments, right? So Mike is making a great point. He says, unattended comments might be dangerous. Make sure your moderators are active when doing pre-recorded streams. He's making a great point here. What he's talking about is if you like create your broadcast and you're like hands off, I'm up in the plane in the air and nobody's watching it. Some of you were here that one day a few weeks ago when it was like, I don't know what it was in my description, but it brought the trolls in. We had all kinds of trolls on my stream that day. And so I was inside StreamYard. One of the things I love is I can actually turn them off, mute them, block them, whatever I need to do right inside StreamYard. If I wasn't attending any of that, the trolls would have taken over that stream. That would be terrible. So even making sure somebody is looking and watching the stream if you're unavailable at the time. So let's talk about scenarios where live streaming a pre-recorded video makes sense. So let's talk about that scenario of, hey, I need to make this really important video. I can't screw it up, and I'm going to push it out as a live broadcast. I want you to consider, should that be a live broadcast or should it just be a regular video that you upload and publish, right? And schedule it to go out. Why do we need it to be a live broadcast? So again, live videos for me are meant for live interaction. Just like now, I can get your guys' feedback. I can hear what you guys are saying. Griffo Production says, it's going to be a great time saver. He says, I love the new update, right? Melody says, use this for Bling Auntie. Oh, hey, she's over on Melody today. Use this for Bling Auntie on Sunday, Monday, and scheduled for tonight, right? So I really definitely want to hear from Melody how are you using it, right? What I don't want everyone to do, I want you guys to be very careful about, is overusing the pre-recorded stream as a crutch. I still want you creating content and showing up live. Now, time saver. Griffo Productions mentioned time saver. Let's say you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be live 3 days a week, but that's good for me sometimes. But then there are times, seasons in my business where I am not available to do live videos 3 times a week. Okay, well then let's maybe think about a way that we can coach your audience to understand what to expect. Because as Crystal says, she says live is preferred by the algorithm. And I touched on this last week. While live video might be preferred by the algorithm, good live video is preferred by the algorithm, right? Well produced, well engaged live video is preferred by the algorithm. Crappy live videos or unengaged live videos are not preferred, just like other crappy versions of content, not preferred, right? And so be thinking about, again, if you're not going to be there live with your audience, then just make it a really good engaging video that makes sense for it just to be, hey, this is just a video, So here's the other thing. James mentioned this earlier. You also have to be very, very careful, and you have to make sure that you let your audience know it is not an actual live broadcast. It's technically against Facebook's terms. It's very loosely phrased. It's against their terms to mislead your audience. So what that would be is if you're trying to act like you're doing a live video, a live webinar, and you're literally acting like it's live, but it's really not, and then you're streaming it as live, but it's pre-recorded, you are misleading your audience. That is against their terms, and you will get flagged and blocked potentially. So it's best practice to let people know, hey, this is pre-recorded. I'm out of the office this week, or hey, I did this. We made this really great video. I'm live with you in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say, right? So again, that's one of my thoughts is try to be live in the comments. I wanted to, Crystal says, this is what happened when Kajabi released their latest features, but it was pre-recorded and we couldn't ask questions, which is why I was wondering about the comments. Yeah. So there are different ways you can create these videos. I don't know about the Premiere feature. I think with the Premiere feature, you can still comment, but I'm not 100% sure. So Patrick, hello, Patrick. What's up, my friend? He says, does broadcasting a pre-recorded video as a live give your video more Facebook algorithm juice? Yeah, I kind of just touched on that. I think you were commenting on that probably as I was talking about it or right after. So live video is preferred. These platforms want us creating live videos. But honestly, if you go to YouTube, you will notice live video is not necessarily preferred in their algorithms, right? They are paying attention to viewer behavior. And so if you have a message and it only needs 8 minutes for you to get to the point, teach somebody something and be done, a pre-recorded version of that training is probably going to perform better than a live stream version of it because people are wanting quick, short results. YouTube is a search engine. People are doing research on YouTube. They are looking for solutions. They are looking for answers to their questions. So if they are asking the question, how to do XYZ, and they see 5 options, and one option is 8 minutes, another one is 12, and another one is a replay of a live broadcast that was 60 minutes long, which one do you think they're going to select? So that's something to keep in mind when it comes to this stuff. So again, while the algorithms live videos, they like them for the intent of what live video is, right? And so that's, again, be very careful about this feature. Let's be very, very, very careful. I do think that, yes, personal space creations hello, welcome to the stream. Engagement is key to everything. It really is. And the right kind of engagement, right? Like the right kind of engagement, comments that have to do with what your content is about. Just like you all are showing up awesomely today, right? So for sure. Let's see what Melody says. She says, Melody has used this feature. She used it Sunday, Monday, and I think she said she's got one scheduled for tonight on her Bling Auntie YouTube channel. She says, my lives are regularly scheduled for time of day when I am not sweating to death in the heat. Now I can stream at a premium time for my audience using the upload. Also 100% on engaging in comments. Okay, so what Melody's referring to is something very, very, this is actually one of the things that I think is worth exploring, okay? So again, should you use pre-recorded video? Should you live stream pre-recorded video? This is something I think is worth exploring. Let's say, for example, your ideal customer works from 9 to 5, right? But you have a family, you have kids, you have obligations in the evening. You want to talk to people about leaving their 9 to 5. I know, Bling Auntie, this is not your thing. Do you think somebody's going to watch a video every week about how to leave their corporate 9 to 5 job while they're at said 9 to 5 job in the office, if they're in the office? Probably not. It's a little risky. They want to be watching that when they're like on the weekends, when they're working on their side hustle, in the evenings when they're working on their side hustle. If that doesn't work for your life and your schedule, then an example of a way to use this particular feature would be exactly what Melody is describing. She can actually create a video, create a live broadcast, however she wants, and upload and use it and pre-record it, stream it, pre-recorded video, but being in the comments, because it's easier for her to sit there with her kids on the patio or at a softball game or wherever it might be during that time, not in a studio creating content, but actually wherever she wants to be, because she is in the comments engaging and not having to worry about running the production, right? That is an example that I think is worth exploring. If you cannot show up live at the time that your audience truly, really, really needs you to be, then you could use this feature for some of your content. However, Melody, I definitely still want you creating at least once a week, especially if you're creating that much content, at least once a week. Try to create at least one of your broadcasts where you are truly, there's a live component to it. You are live with them. There is power in that. The other thing that you guys have to really keep in mind is you have to let your audience understand this is previously recorded or previously enjoyed, as someone came up with a good term last week. Maybe one of the things that, an example of when you would do this as well, that makes sense is, let's say, for example, last month I was a featured guest for Julie Ball's Sparkle Hustle Grow subscription box. Okay. Yeah, I have it down there. I was the featured guest expert. I taught a small module on live video, leveling up your live video. And I was live in her group. I did a couple of posts and I did them live. I did some live Q&A. And then I did a fun little video where I actually, I talked about some stuff. I had Julie on with me and I answered questions. I also had a video that I created myself, not live, and I did a behind the scenes video, right? That would have been a fun video for me to actually say, hey, I made a video for you guys. I'm here live with you in the comments, but this video was recorded on its own. And I could have streamed it into that group, right? Because they were used to seeing Melanie Diane Howe is live. So I could have done that. I could have even recorded an intro that says, hey y'all, you're watching this live, but it's actually pre-recorded, but I'm here with you in the comments. So let me know what your thoughts are, right? Here's the other version of that similar scenario that I think makes sense, especially because of the way StreamYard makes it. Literally, you can pick an old stream. So I could actually, if I'm asked to do exclusive content, let's say I'm at Crystal, my friend Crystal Profit asks me to do a training inside of her Profit podcast community, right? So she's got, her own community. She says, hey, Mel, will you come do a training on live video inside of my Facebook group? Sure thing, sister. You ask, I'm here for you. That's what business besties do. So I go do a live broadcast and I'm like, man, that was really good. Loved the questions they asked. I would love to actually share that with my audience. So maybe the following week, I schedule a broadcast and I select that old broadcast I did in Crystal's group and I stream it. And I basically put in the description, this was this was a piece of content I did that was exclusively live for my friends' Facebook group, but it was really great. They asked great questions. I wanted to share it with you as well. I'm here with you in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm taking an old live broadcast that was exclusive at the time. So meaning it was live for them and exclusive for them live. And I am taking it and I am now sharing it with my audience instead of recreating it. That is an example of repurposing a live video as another live stream. I think that scenario makes sense sometimes too. So there's an idea for you as well. If you're creating content, maybe inside your group, and that group is like the exclusivity for them is to ask questions live. You're on screen answering their questions. And then you now want to share it with your public page. But if anybody's not in your group, they didn't get an opportunity to ask a question. That's why you need to join the group, right? Tanya says, I have lots of interviews and would love to repurpose them. This is in my opinion, is actually another great example. Let's say you bring on a guest, you interview them, your group gets to ask them questions, but now you want to share that with your audience publicly. Hey, last week we had so-and-so come on the show inside the Facebook group. My members loved it. I wanted to share it with you, right? Now your members, the downside, you might be like, well, if it's exclusive for my group, how are they going to feel exclusive if I then share it publicly? They got to ask questions live. They got to be there live with you. They got to help steer the broadcast. That's the beauty of being live. When you're live streaming is that your audience gets to steer the content. If they're confused by what you're sharing, they get to seek clarity. You get to clear it up for them and help them. They get to ask specific questions. You get to answer their specific questions. They feel coached. They feel helped. Somebody watching a replay, a restream of it, they don't have that opportunity. So there is still that exclusive piece to it. So that's a time that I can also support it. The last scenario I want to cover today, two scenarios. I will cover two scenarios. But the last one, I still want you to consider doing it live. The next scenario I will say I support is if you're like me and you have a show, which I hope you guys do, and if you don't yet, get there, is if you have a live show that you do on a reoccurring basis, the same time, the same day every week. Normally, I go live on Tuesdays, and normally it's at 2 o'clock Eastern. Now, this week, I'm at 1 o'clock. I could have chosen to do a pre-recorded stream or video and still made it go at 2 o'clock. However, because you guys are used to seeing me, because I use an app like StreamYard and I'm able to schedule my stream so that you know what time I'm going to be live, so you can then say get reminder, I can toggle that time every once in a while, right? So this week we're live at 1. But a couple weeks ago, I was on vacation at North Lake in Tennessee, and we really didn't have internet. Like there really wasn't any internet down there. And also the other thing is that we were at the house in the morning. We went out on the boat. We were gone all day. And then we would come back to the house, and there really wasn't a way for me to go live. Even if I did have decent Wi-Fi, really, I didn't want to go live first thing in the morning. I just said, hey, I'm on vacation. So I'm on vacation, missing out this week. So what I did was I actually scheduled a post at the same time I would normally be live. And it was just basically, hey, I just created a video for StreamYard on their YouTube channel. Enjoy this week instead. I'll see you guys next week. Of course, then it was the following Sunday that they announced this feature. I would have totally used this feature because you're all used to seeing me on Tuesday afternoons. Because you're used to seeing me on Tuesday afternoons every single week, you guys would have been totally fine if I showed up with a live broadcast that was me with some sort of pre-recorded or repurposing an old broadcast that I just thought was really great and that you guys maybe liked, or because your audience is shifting today. So we have Tanya here today. We have Personal Space Creations here today. We actually have Patrick here today as well, right? We had Anne. I don't know if Anne's still here watching with us. We have a few people. You're in my audience. Haley's back. Haley used to watch every once in a while. Your audience is going to be different from week to week. You're going to have your regulars, right? But you're also going to have new people come and go. So don't be afraid to go share something old, because maybe those people didn't see it the first time, or maybe they remembered it, but they needed to hear it again. So I like the idea of repurposing an old video, like an oldie but a goodie, as I always say, and using that and say, hey guys, I'm on vacation this week. Meanwhile, enjoy this. This live video was previously enjoyed last summer, but it still applies. Tell me if you've made progress, if you watched it the first time. If this is your first time watching it, let me know your thoughts. I will come back and answer all your questions in the comments when I'm back from vacation. That's an example I can get behind. That's an example I can get behind right there. Okay. So that's a version. If you're not creating consistent, regular live videos, and you're just randomly on vacation, it doesn't make sense for you to do what I just described. That might be an unpopular opinion. In my opinion, doesn't make sense. Randomly, all of a sudden, you're going to go live, but it's pre-recorded. That's awkward. That's awkward, in my opinion, for your audience. If you're not creating regular live videos, it doesn't make sense for you to do what I just described. Because all of a sudden, now you're going to be live. They're not used to you being live, but it's not live. Wait, she's live. It says it's live, but she's not live. But she never goes live. Make sense? Now, I want you to be thinking about that. And if you're not creating consistent live videos, let's talk about that. Why aren't we creating consistent live videos? That's what I want to talk to you guys about next week is let's talk about why it makes sense to be creating live videos every single week. I want you to start creating live shows. I want you to be creating a show of some sort. This is a show. It's a weekly chit chat about marketing, live video, social media, all the things, right? Let's talk about why you're not creating consistent live videos. I want to hear all of your challenges. I want to hear all of your objections to why you're not going live every single week. And if you are going live every single week, I want you in the comments with me supporting the efforts, right? But also asking me whatever you want to ask to level it up and start getting results, making money from your live shows, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be, right? Okay. Landlord advocates, I am not even going to display your comment right now. I'm happy you're here though. Landlord advocates. I love that he chimed in because he has been here every week. And I was talking about my regulars. So landlord advocates is here, but boy, does it sound like he's busy. Okay. I see a couple questions. So I want to get to your couple questions. So Crystal and Chris, I'll get to your questions. I am live. Nope. It is 1:00. I came live 1:00 Eastern time today. Normally I'm live 2:00 Eastern. So there you go. Crystal, I see your question. I'll get to that here in a sec. The last scenario I want to cover that I think you can consider is like maybe what Melody was talking about earlier, Bling Auntie. She was talking about she's not sweating her butt off. Like she likes to be able to have a different way to do these videos. Some people, cooking shows is the perfect example where they're like, I want to go live and I want to do live cooking. But sometimes the process, they'll say, I make this and then it has to go in the oven for 10 minutes. Then I bring it out and then I finish it. What do I do for 10 minutes? Well, first of all, I think that's a great time, intermission, to do Q&A, maybe talk about a couple of other things, maybe talk about some of the kitchen utensils you're using. You can fill that time. Now, if it's something that takes even longer or if there's prep, maybe it's bread that needs to rise, maybe it's something that needs to sit in a fridge for 3 hours. I don't know. So a lot of people, you can create edited videos. So I have, videos. This video right here that I uploaded into my little studio, this one. Now to schedule a stream in StreamYard, it's incredibly easy. Simply go up to create broadcast, select where your blah, 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 right? Demos. Tutorials are great to use pre-recorded segments. So you could say, well, I want to do a demo, but I want to be able to do it, but it's easier for me to just edit that stuff together. I can take out a lot of that fluff time, the wait time, the weird time. Also, I can be focused on cutting the vegetables and not cut my hands while I'm trying to address my live audience. So I rather, Mel, create an edited video, do the pre-recorded stream, right? And be in the comments. I can get down with this process. I can be here for this process. But I think that you should consider a different way to do it if that is truly your challenge. The way that I think you should do it is I think you should use the video share. I think you should create the exact same video you just described, right? A demo video, whatever it might be. And I think that you should do the video share. So you go down to the bottom of your StreamYard dashboard and you use the video. Instead of sharing your screen, you share a video. Now to schedule a stream in StreamYard, it's incredibly easy. Simply go up to create broadcast, select where your destination is going to be, or if you're multi-streaming, select all of the destinations. Oh, let me talk about that for a second. I was just talking about selecting all the, okay. I'm using the exact same video, but I'm still live with you. I can pause the dang thing. I can talk to you. I can pause it because you're all like, wait, what did you just do? I can be like, oh, let me rewind it and show you again. Select where your destination is going to be, or if you're multi-streaming, select all. There you go. I personally think this is way better than using the live streaming of pre-recorded video. This is what I would call playing pre-recorded videos as segments midstream. Use the video share feature, share the exact same video, and be live with your audience. You can go through these different views. You can be here. You can be big screen. You can go full screen with your video share. You can go full screen back to you. All the fun. This is such a better experience for your live audience because here you are. You could actually be like doing a cooking demo, and you could be like eating part of what you just made. I mean, I don't care. But you can pause the video, talk about it. This is so much better, in my opinion, for your audience. So I hear the argument of some stuff might need that editing videos together, et cetera, so that it's a better seamless experience versus waiting around and all the fluff time. Do that, but then use the video share, not stream a pre-recorded video. What do you guys think about that? What y'all think about that one, right? What y'all think about that one? Okay, so let me see here. Okay, I want to get to a couple questions, but I definitely want to know what your guys' thoughts are. So let me know what your thoughts are. And seriously, that's what I want to know. So that's what we talked about. We talked about the pre-recorded streams. So I want to know what your guys' thoughts are for sure. And I love that some of you are like, you get how this all works, right? Let me do a quick, I need to check on something super fast. I just want to make sure all is good. Everything's good here. Yep. Okay. All right. So here, I saw Crystal had a question. She said, how many streams will StreamYard keep in our backlog in our accounts? I know you briefly mentioned this earlier. Okay. So they are now changing it. The reason I know that they announced that they are, here's what oops, I don't want to do that. I need to open a new window. I think that they're changing so right now, the way it works is, if you are on a paid plan, so if you're on the free plan, they don't save your streams. I think they do, but they don't give you access to them. So if you go to your broadcast studio, oh, that's the pre-recorded video. Hold on. Share screen. Here we go. Okay. So if you go up here, if you are on a basic plan or a professional plan, you are going to select past broadcasts, and you're going to see all the past broadcasts. Now, it used to say that they would, right here, it actually would say, like, we'll keep them for 15, depending on what plan you were on. I think if it was like 7 days if you were on the basic, 15 days if you were on the professional. But what they've changed is now it's actually not on here now, but I saw somewhere where it gave me like how many gigs of storage I was using, which I thought was really interesting. Where did I see? I thought it was in past broadcasts. I wonder if I saw it. Hold on. Let's try something. I want to see something. See if I can find it. Oops. Dang it, Mel. Click on the right thing. Okay, it doesn't say anything. I swear I saw this the other day. It told me how much storage I was using. So I think what they're considering is giving us a set amount of storage, Crystal, that we would, we can actually go in and say we don't want to keep a stream and delete it from the cloud. So I think that's the way they are changing this because of this feature. So I don't know that I can answer your question because they're changing the way they're doing it. And I don't know what they fully landed on or made the full decision for. So, I mean, it's letting me load a lot of old stuff here. I mean, it's letting me go way back here in time, all the way to May. So they're all still there. Whether or not I can actually select it is another thing. So I'm not sure. But stay tuned on that, Crystal. I will try to get an answer for you. Okay, super fun. So Melody says that Saturday is when she's always live. That's when she's always live. She's got to keep that muscle in shape for Bling Olympics. Also, when she gets a new shipment, it's exciting and she has the energy. I love that. So she's going to maintain showing up live on Saturdays because, one, she enjoys it. So yay. But she is like looking at this other feature. I think it's okay for you guys to experiment with this, but I do want you to be thinking about a couple things. One, you absolutely have to let your audience know that it was previously recorded. So if you are going to repurpose a video or create a video, put an overlay, a watermark. If you're using StreamYard to create your video, make that ticker at the bottom say previously recorded. I actually put in a suggestion today to Christian at StreamYard and said, hey, I wonder if Dan Engage would consider having a checkbox for this feature that lets StreamYard put the watermark on there for you. So if we go and use an old stream, there's no way for you to edit how that video looks. It's just going to pull the old stream. And so I personally would like to see an option where we can either still add something, an overlay or a watermark or something inside StreamYard. Okay, so I put that through, but you definitely have to find a way to let your audience know that it is not live, that it is pre-recorded, right? Because you don't want to accidentally give somebody the wrong impression. And even though you may feel that it's obvious, it may not be obvious to your audience, right? And so I want you to make sure that you're thinking about this and considering. You got to make sure you tell them. Okay, Chris has a question. She says, is there any benefit to a Q&A? Is there any benefit to a Q&A only on a page or only in a group? Or is it way better to stream to all platforms at once? So Chris, this really depends. So I can see an argument for both. I used to do my live Q&A inside of my Facebook group only. Now it's a free Facebook group. You don't have to pay to be in there. It's called DIY Marketing with Melanie if you're not already part of it. But I did that because I wanted to make sure that I gave people a reason to be in the group. And I felt like, at the time, hey, if I'm just doing all the same stuff everywhere, what's the point in being in the group? But as that group has evolved and the culture has evolved and everyone supports each other and they can ask questions and they feel comfortable going in there and asking questions. We just had someone post the other day like, hey, what app are you guys using to create QR codes? That's a great question. They're posting it in a community of other people doing DIY marketing and they can get an answer. There are added benefits to the community being a part of that club, if you will. It's free. You don't have to pay to be in there. I used to just do my live Q&As in there, right? But then once I started using StreamYard and I had the option because of the amazing easy feature of just adding a couple more destinations, I thought, well, I want to create content for my Facebook page as well. So I'll just start streaming my live Q&As, even though at the time, 90% of the people that were showing up to those lives were from inside my group. I added YouTube to the mix. Wasn't a YouTube creator, wasn't really making YouTube videos, started streaming my live Q&As to YouTube, started being a guest on other people's content, and they were on YouTube. So then people started finding me on YouTube. As you can see, 90%, almost always anymore, my live commenters and Q&Ers are from YouTube. The YouTube audience is showing up, right? Like Melody, like Griffo Productions, right? Everybody. Split Rock. So it depends on what your offer is. If you have a membership, which Chris, I think you have a paid membership, then in my opinion, you need to be creating content that's exclusive to them because they're paying to be there. But there's a couple things you can do. You can start a stream where you can do it, like you can say, I'm going to multi-stream to YouTube, to Facebook page, and to my group. And I'm going to do a training about pre-recorded videos. And then when it's time to take questions, I'm going to turn off the stream on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to keep that stream going inside my Facebook group. And I'm going to say, here's your exclusive Q&A for you and only you. You now get an opportunity to ask questions. So it really depends. Okay. It really depends on what your mix is, how you want to be creating content, and what your promise is for your group. But I like the idea of multi-streaming Q&A because you are introducing your audience to each other. Many of you, one of the things I absolutely love the most is when you all start talking to each other, supporting each other, right? And getting to know each other and helping each other. And inside the group, that's what we do. So I like the idea of multi-streaming because your groups can kind of mesh if it makes sense. Great question, though. Very good question. Split Rock says, I like the screen share as I can answer questions in real time. Also, be able to stop the video and re-show any portions viewers have questions about. I also like it as a guest. Totally agree. So Split Rock, yes, that's exactly why I love that video share feature so much. Typical Tyreek is here. Hey, Typical Tyreek. I'm getting ready to shut this one down, but you'll have to check out the replay. Same with you, KO Sketches. Hello and welcome to the show. We're getting ready to wrap it up because I got a very important podcast interview I'm doing at 2:30 today, and I want to make sure I got a little bit of time to kind of do some final prep for that because it's a wonderful opportunity and I don't want to screw it up, right? So, good. Griffo says, just requested to join your group. So, Yeah, so check it out, you guys. The group is called DIY Marketing with Melanie. You can join. It is free. You don't have to pay, of course. So come join us over there. Just go search DIY Marketing with Melanie and answer the questions, and we would love to welcome you into the community. It's an amazing community. Many of you guys in the comments are a part of that community already, and I just love it. So I love being able to serve you guys in there. So definitely come join us over there. Now, the other thing I announced earlier before I wrap things up today is I did get a podcast episode released as well. And this podcast episode is actually about how personal should you get in your social media? Should you share personal content in your professional social media? Now, if any of you have followed me, you know that I'm not afraid to share personal information, but I don't share everything. But I share things. But in this episode, I actually talk about some things to consider when it comes to sharing personal information in your professional content. There's some pros. I think there are definitely some added benefits, but there are some things to consider as well. So that podcast episode just dropped today. Definitely check that out. Speaking of podcast, I am going to have to get going because I have to go get ready for a podcast interview that I will be doing. Yes, Laura, maybe you must have already listened because she says finding boundaries. Yes, it is about boundaries for sure. So, yes. All right, my friends. Landlord advocates, you have a question. Let me see if I can help. Question: when other commentators use this at our name shows up in orange, how can we do that? Oh my gosh. I literally finally had to ask like this question about 4 weeks ago. And so if landlord advocates, type, here's what we'll do. Put an @ sign and then type MEL. And you should see Melody. Masania. I'll say that. That's definitely Melody Blinganti. You're going to have to like give us the phonetics version of your last name. If you type so the @ sign and then MEL, it should actually start to show up. If you'll see Melody's name, and if you click it, then it will actually do exactly what you're describing, where it will ping her. We'll just highlight it in orange so that she sees it that way. So it should do that. That's what it's supposed to do. So try it. @ Melanie Diane. There you go. Yeah. So that'll work too because I'm on there. So yeah. So it should work. It should actually just pop up. So, okay, my friends, you guys are awesome. I will be back again next week at 2:00, right? And I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear about your live stream strategy. If you're not going live every week, then please bring it. Come to me. Let's talk about it. I want to hear why we're not using live video regularly. And I want to hear all your struggles, your questions, your objections to it. Maybe you think you shouldn't be. I want to hear, right? I want to come talk about it. And if any of you are already doing this and using regular live video like Melody Blinganti, I hope you'll join us as well. I want you to share some of your success stories. I want you to share in the comments what's worked for you. And if you have questions about leveling up your live videos, ask those questions. That's what I want to talk to you guys about next week because I want to see you guys going live. And I know a lot of you have been talking about it. A lot of you have dabbled in it, but you're not doing it regularly and consistently. We are going to be close to a year now for me going live regularly on Tuesdays for myself. I have seen exponential change, exponential benefits ever since I finally let go of that resistance to doing it regularly and consistently. And I want the same results for you. I know it can work. And I want to know why we're not doing it. So next week on Tuesday, let's have that conversation. I am also you're probably going to start seeing me a little bit more because I got to say, here's the deal. You need to know this is happening. The boot camp is coming. The live video boot camp that I do is coming. So the enrollment will be showing up here in the next couple weeks. So if you are interested in getting help, being a part of a group, an accountability group, a mastermind, and creating a live video strategy and up-leveling, then be here in touch with us, okay? Join the Facebook group, be in touch with us, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel because I am going to be starting to drop some more just tips about live videos, but I want to be gauging from you, what do you need help with? Because the bootcamp is what that is. And I love to tweak it every time. So we are going to be opening enrollment up pretty soon. And so I would love to talk to anybody who's interested in that. So it's very, very exciting. I'm very, very pumped about it. So Robin says 2 to 3 times per week for 2 months now after 2 years of dragging my feet in fear. Robin, I love that, sister. That is like the perfect way to end today's stream. Congratulations. Let me throw some confetti at Robin. She's got to get confetti for that one. That is some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. I got to find a way to create like a floating lava lamp that flies across when somebody drops an awesome celebration thing like that. So very good. Very proud of you, Robin, for sure. So, all right, my friends, I got to run. I'm pretty excited to go talk to my friend, Amy Porterfield, and interview her for my podcast. We're going to be talking about adding online courses to your business. Woo! That'll be coming to the podcast soon. So definitely check that out. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast if that is something of interest to you. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go, and I'll see you guys next week. Meanwhile, you know the drill. Go do something awesome. Go be awesome.